You'd think, as someone who likes to sit down and give their opinions, that it would be a great day for me to be proven right. However, I take absolutely no delight in being right about the Notting Hill Carnival. There have been record numbers of arrests, record amounts of violence, of sexual assault, of misuse of drugs, but possibly most critically, a young lady has died after being stabbed in front of her child on the so-called family day at the event. Most notably, the silence from the powers that be, from the ruling classes and from the elite has been somewhat deafening. Keir Starmer is still going on about the riot and about the so-called far-right thugs. Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, did put out a post in response to the stabbing and the effective murder of this young lady. Sorry, Phil from the future here. What I meant to say in this bit was actually that whilst Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, did put out a statement with regards to the murder of this young woman, that he was very careful, I believe, in the statement not to mention the Notting Hill Carnival. He certainly references a carnival, but he actually, I believe, very deliberately doesn't state it's the Notting Hill Carnival, which is synonymous with many things, crime included, but is also a very culturally sensitive issue which he swerves in this instance. And this will continue. This will continue year after year, whilst we live in a society that is so scared to be called racist, to be labelled as such, or to be anything other than politically correct and going with the so-called woke agenda. We will continue to experience this carnage, this lawlessness, these assaults, these stabbings, these deaths, the abuse of police officers and other emergency services, and the widespread lawless drug taking that we witness every year at this carnival. It's been spoken about many times by many ex and current police officers, but senior figures in the police have come forward and confirmed what we have all believed all along. Sorry to interrupt the video, just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who supports the channel. If you haven't done so already, then I do ask that you kindly click the subscribe button down below. 97% of people who watch these videos aren't currently subscribed, which is crazy, right? It's totally free. You can change your mind and there won't be any hard feelings if you choose to unsubscribe at a later date. If you do find these videos useful and you want to help me out, you can buy me a beer by clicking the link in the description below, and that also would be very much appreciated, particularly in this hot weather. Anyway, back to the video. And that is that this carnival is basically treated and policed with kid gloves. It is not treated in the same proactive, tough on crime way that we saw when the far right, or the supposed far right, which were basically just patriotic British people, working class people who were concerned about the infiltration of their country by illegal mass migration and the splitting of our culture into something unrecognisable from what we have seen before. The difference between that and the way the Notting Hill Carnival was policed is very, very clear for anyone to see. And the complete lack of communication, the complete lack of condemnation of the behaviour of many of the people at this carnival, from Keir Starmer and from leaders of the police and other agencies, is absolutely deafening. Like I say, I don't want to say I told you so, because someone has died. There is now a child without a parent. People have been assaulted. There are people in hospital still as a fallout from this carnival. But it would be remiss not to say something needs to be done about this, and it needs to be done well before the planning stage of the next carnival even gets underway. How that looks, I don't know. Whether that means policing it in a more proactive way, containing the carnival in a more controllable area, or dare I say, as many would suggest, and maybe I would suggest also, the whole thing is banned altogether. We do not know quite what level of fallout trying to ban the carnival would cause, whether that would cause disruption and backlash and crime in its wake, or whether it would simply go ahead anyway and the lawlessness would continue despite any dispersal orders or despite any banning orders being put in place. All I will say is, obviously, my thoughts go out to those people who have been affected, particularly those innocent people, those police officers, those ambulance workers, and any innocent people in the crowd who did literally go to the carnival to enjoy it for a carnival. My thoughts go out to those affected, and for the rest of you, stay safe and stay sane.